Right, afternoon guys. You join me and Mark at Manor Farm down near Biggleswade area, and we're here for 48 hours fishing Winter's Lake. So just getting all the stuff out of the car. That's going to be Mark's swim, and he's got a bit of bay and margins, a bit of open water to go for. Hopefully nobody comes in opposite him. And then my one is this one. So I've got an island in front of me I can go left or right of. Bit of open water out in front. So we've picked these swims. They're obviously fairly close to each other, and we're kind of out the way of everybody else. It's 4th of April and the sun is absolutely beating down. In the car down here it was saying 25 degrees. I don't believe that. I think it's probably more like 21, 22, but it's certainly warm. And temperature wise it's supposed to plummet overnight, so it's going down to 3-4 degrees tonight. Same again Saturday night, and we finish on Sunday, but Sunday night it's supposed to go down to -1, so it's certainly changeable. But we're going to get set up and get fishing. 48 hours at Manor Farm. Right, there we are. Everything's set up, good to go. Rods are out. I had a bit of a lead around, and it's actually quite a clear bottom. I was able to find gravel patches quite easily. I also sent the bait boat out to have a bit of a scout around and check depths and things like that. Again, found some nice areas. So left hand rod has gone out into this section here where the little indent in the reeds is, and the right hand rod I've put just off the tip of the island, about here. So both rods are out fishing. They've both got PVA sticks on. The right hand rod's got manila and the left hand rod's got krill, so mixing flavours up a little bit. We've got a couple of different spots. If neither of those produce, then obviously I've got space out in open water that I can go to, but I had the deeper on the back of the boat, and as I was going around the island I was seeing fish showing in there. Done the same in Mark's swim. He's obviously just down the bank. Again, saw plenty of fish sort of hugging the margins and what have you, so it makes sense to go there. We also saw a couple of huge great fish swim basically just off to his left hand side, so the equivalent down here. We watched them swim through. One of them definitely in the 30s, possibly even 40 pounder, so we know there's fish in and around us. Just hope they get down on the baits and we can get some action over the next 48 hours. But as I said, we're all set up fishing, so my back is now killing me having put all this up. I'm going to have a sit down and a drink. Right, just gone 7 o'clock. I've just had to redo the left hand rod because I had a swan come through, pick the line up on its feet and then drag my bait well away from the area that it was sitting on. So I've just redone that one. The guy in the swim down the bank there. He's just had one out, and I've just had a couple of beeps on the right hand rod, sort of lifted up and then dropped back, so I've left it for now. But again, there was certainly no bird life over there, so hopefully it shows we've got some kind of fish in the area. So rods are set for the night, unless I get a run obviously. They will be staying where they are. I think the sun is kind of just starting to set in the distance there. We've probably got light until about 8 o'clock, so got about another hour or so. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to get something to eat. Right, morning guys. It's just gone 6 o'clock. Had a few beeps and tugs in the night, but nothing worth jumping out of bed and striking at, so I've just left them for now. And I'm still holed up in the bivvy. It's got quite blowy over the course of the night, and certainly early this morning, and despite the weather forecast telling us it was going to be sunny and warm all day, I've woken up to very cloudy skies, so it's much preferable for carp fishing. Whether that's going to disappear as the sun gets up and burns the cloud off or not, we shall see, but certainly for now it's a completely different view from what it was yesterday. So I'm just going to sit, watch the water. I've seen a few fish crash out so far this morning, heard a few overnight, so yeah, just going to sit and watch the water for the next couple of hours. Right, we have our first bit of action. Mark had reset both of his rods, put one fairly tight over to the margin there, and it's been out there, what, 45 minutes? And he's had a run. It wasn't a screaming run, it was kind of up and down. It was a bit like a bream run, if I'm honest, but it's putting up a decent fight now. It's definitely a carp. So we shall hopefully get this one in. It's barbless hooks here, so there's always that risk, but as long as he keeps the pressure on it, we shall hopefully get this one in, and we will show you what we've got.
It doesn't look like bad size.
No, it's high teen, I would suspect. Or 18, definitely. Right. Typical common. And he's in the net. Was that first fish of 25?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, looks fairly decent. We'll get him out, get him weighed up, and we'll show you what we've got. Right, first fish of 2025 for Mark. It's gone exactly 19 pounds. Got a weird bit on his tail, should make him easy to identify, and what a beaut. How has that thing got anything, any boilie in? I have no idea, but nice enough, the rest of him. Nice way to start in the sun, so we'll get this one back, get the rods back out, and hopefully we can get some more. Nice one. Off he goes into the green. Well, it was a pretty mediocre bite, but it's another fish off of that margin spot, and it's now putting up a hell of a lot more fight than the initial run did. He's suddenly woken up. But the good thing is, Mark's in again, if he can get him round these reeds.
Big fish in this lake.
You've managed to find the smallest fish in the lake.
Fish in the lake.
At least this one should have a decent mouth on it. Come on, Litland. Right, in the net. I don't think we'll be weighing this one, but we'll get a picture. There we are. Little bar of gold.
Better mouth.
He's still not a brilliant mouth, but he's better than the last one. Not much more to say of him than that. He's about 4 or 5 pounds, nothing more than that. But he's a fish, so we'll take him. Right, just coming up to 20 to 5, and it was a proper run this time. Is that the one out on the corner again? Yeah. So, 3rd time out on that spot. Being a productive day on there. Being at the common charging at you. He just turned him. Desperately trying to get in these reeds to the left. But he's coming back. It's similar sort of size to the last one, the first one. Possibly a bit bigger. He's off again. Come on, come on. No, he's off again. Well, the lunges are slowing down, so hopefully you're going in that time, mate. Nice. Right, I'll get this one weighed up and show you what we got. Another nice common. Right, there we are. Nice 19-pound common. Put up a much better fight than the first one, and it's some better looking fish as well, but they all count, so we'll get some pictures of this one, get that rod back out on that spot again, see if Mark can get number 4. Nice. Right, a few minutes after 5, this rod has been out there 5 minutes and it's gone again. Same rod, same spot, couple of boilies over the top of an inlined 10mm, is it? Pop up? 10mm pop up, and it's run number 4, hopefully fish number 4. He's
steady weight. doing what he wants or not. Just plodding around.
The more they plod, the bigger they are. Oh, he's caught another fish. So there it is. I hate it when it does that. Flick over the dorsal and you think, oh, there goes the fish. I haven't seen it properly yet. It looked a decent size again. Hopefully this one will go over the 20 mark, but then the same as all the others, desperately trying to head into the reeds.
All weird runs as well, they're not like true.
No, I'd say they're not. That last one was a bit of a screamer, but all the other ones are just kind of jumping up and down a little bit and then sitting there.
If it's close to the reeds, they've got nowhere to run, so they've got to come back.
Yeah. Literally 18 inches below the surface, but won't come up higher than that.
So I don't want to give too much.
No. That's putting a decent bend in the rod. There he is. No, it's another common. It does look like the same fish again. It's always difficult until you actually get them out of the water. You see it and go, oh, it's not that big, and then suddenly they grow out the water, but it looks a similar sort of size. Well, he lasted longer than your last fish anyway. He's up to 4.5 minutes.
Except you've been hooked. Get this fucking net. Come on. Go and get it. Turn you around. Get it.
No, he ain't ready yet.
Don't do that.
Oh, it's right over the line.
Right doing that.
He might come in upside down because he's tangled up. That's a nice way. That's one way to do it, I suppose.
He looks bigger. I think that's over 20 out.
Well, he's certainly filling the net. And he's spin over on the line, so he's right way up again. Yeah, that looks like a nice fish. We'll get this one weighed up and we'll show you what we've got. Right, let's see how big this one goes, and it looks a bigger fish out the water, and it definitely is. 24 pounds. Very nice. Right, absolute bar of gold in this sun. Got a interesting mark at the back there, again makes him easy to spot. But they're growing, and Mark's spot is absolutely rocking, so we'll get some pictures of this one and do the same again. Right, what's the time? 5:45, and the other spot has gone off.
Baby. A little £5.
Yeah. Another little common. Quite deep bodied for given the size of it. In you go.
Both our times, not good.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mark was just redoing the other rod to change the bait up, and that one's gone, so he's got no rods in the water now. I've got a chance of actually out fishing him.
He's got quite a little body.
I was going to say, he's a chunky little thing. Right, he was a bit bigger than we thought. He's a bit chunky. We've just weighed him just to see, basically, out of curiosity, and he's gone 12 pounds, so he's another double. He's putting up more fight now than probably did in the lake, but we'll get him up quickly for a shot. No, we won't. There we are. They say he doesn't look very much, but when you see him sideways, he's a bit chunkier, and he's got a bit more depth to him than certainly the smaller one earlier does, so he's a bit of a cannonball. But 12 pound, can't complain. It's another fish and a different spot this time, so we'll get pictures and then get him back. Oh, there he's off with a flick of the tail. Right, so 6 o'clock, nothing's happening in my swim, so we're just camped out in Mark's swim, but both of his rods are back out on the spots. Left hand rod over towards the reeds again, right hand rod back out on the point of the reeds as they stick out and go round the corner. We're literally seeing fish crashing out on that spot every 5-10 minutes, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if that goes off again. It's turning into a bit of a red letter session at the moment for Mark. We just need a couple of the bigger ones to come along now. There's a guy down the bank there, he's had a 30 out as well as a couple of mid-teens, so he's having a few out, but yeah, if Mark can find one of the bigger ones, he can complete the set. Let's hope we can get a bit more action.
Up again. Yep.
Well, 6:01, so I wasn't lying, it didn't take very long at all. These rods, both rods have literally been back out on the spot minutes, and literally within minutes Mark's got a fish, so I'm just going to help him sort these rods out because this one needs to go up. Grab the net, do the one thing I am good at. Oh, it's a mirror. We finally got a mirror to show to you. And he's in.
Boring, huh?
It's hard life, isn't it? I might have to bring his rods in overnight because he just needs to get some sleep. Right, we'll get this one weighed up and show you what we've got. Right, he was bigger than we thought. He's gone 18 pounds 9 ounces. It's a nice size mirror. So he came in pretty easily, but on the scales he's tipped it right round. So yeah, 18 pound 9, first mirror of the trip. Couple of pictures, usual scenario, get the rod back out there. Back to the feeding spot to get caught again. It's a screamer! Right, 6:30. Mark wins the bet. He said the left-hand rod, I said the right. This one looks like it might be potentially a bigger fish as well, so hopefully we're getting up into the mid-20s or higher. But it was a proper screaming run, that one, as you could see from the footage. Well, the fish are definitely all down in this swim. That's my excuse. He's thrashing about down there, but we still haven't had a decent shot of it. It's just its tail we keep seeing. When he finally turns, which he's not going to do, he's just going to keep charging. Oh, it's just come off. Well, that's annoying. Unfortunately, barbless hooks and him just repeatedly kicking like that has led to him getting off. But right, just coming up to 7 o'clock. I've just had a recast of the right hand rod just to make sure it was sitting correctly. Left hand rod I've left where it is. There's not been a whole lot going on around the rest of the lake. It seems like Mark's got all of the fish down there at the moment, so he's having a decent time of it. We're just going to get some food sorted now before that sun sets. So Mark's hoping for half-hour peace whilst he does that. My rods, I say, are both set for the night, so we shall see if anything happens with them over the next few hours. If not, I'll just be leaving them out. Mark's done the same. His rigs are both back out where they need to be, both fishing. So yeah, we're going to grab some dinner and watch the water for the next hour or so whilst we've still got a little bit of light. Right, the action has made its way to my swim, finally. I lost one about half hour ago. Felt alright, but I only felt it for a few seconds before it pulled off. I've now just had another run, and my first fish of 2025 is an absolute belter. He's gone £2 maybe, but he's a fish.
No, I'll say it's probably 3 or 4.
He saved a blank, but I'm not going to get overly excited. But it's a fish. The rig worked. I was casting to a showing fish. I changed that right hand rod and went out longer after seeing some fish topping out. If he's out there, hopefully some more are. So I shall get this one back, get the rod back out and go from there. But first fish of 2025, let's hope it improves. Well, it can only get better, surely. Right, we got another one in the net. It's just gone 11 o'clock, and the rig that I put out at distance to the showing fish has gone off again. We've just weighed it. They're getting bigger. This one's gone £13. Nice little common. So we'll get this one back, get that rig back out on the spot, see if we can't get some more out, but things are improving finally for me. Alright, morning guys. It's just gone about 6:30. Sun's coming up. No further action overnight after that £13 common. not even had any beeps. I recast the right hand rod at about just before 6 o'clock, basically just to put it back out a bit further distance, because when I cast out last night it was a bit shorter, so I've just gone further out into the middle just to see if there was anything milling about out there. But no further beeps or anything overnight, so we're just going to leave those now for the next few hours through bite time, see how they go, see if we can see any fish showing anywhere. But if not, we'll leave those through bite time and then have another recast at sort of 9-10 o'clock time, see if we can't nick another bite before we pack up. Got to pack up at about 3 o'clock today, so we've got another full morning and early afternoon to get through. We'll see how that goes. Right, we said we were going to leave that right hand rod unless we saw anything. Well, I had a massive show out at distance again, but further to the right from where I had originally cast, so I've just put a fresh bait on and put it basically right on top of it. So we're reacting to that show and we just wait and see if anything picks it up. But I pretty much landed it bang on top of where the show was, so we're in the best position. Let's see what happens. Right, just coming up to 10 o'clock. Had a recast on both rods, freshened up the baits and what have you, and just picked my final spots for the rest of the day. So we've got about 4 or 5 hours left, so they're going to now be out fishing until we pack up, unless of course I get something. Started to pack bits away, the bivvy's empty, just starting to get things dried off as much as possible now the sun's coming, or sun's fully up. I'm starting to get things packed away, so this is us for the next 4 or 5 hours. Hopefully we can get some interest before we go. Right, 10 to 2. We've taken a lot of the stuff back to the car, so it's only the bare essentials. Mark's just had a recast on his right hand rod, and within 5 minutes it's gone off. Yeah, that's the one we want.
Right, it feels it now.
Yeah, it's just a constant pull. There's no thudding in that rod, it's just a slow pull. So hopefully this is the big one. There are fish in here up to over 40 pounds. In fact, I think the the complex record is in this lake, so there's a chance of a PB, certainly for Mark. There's a good head of 30s and some quite a lot of 20s, so we've only had the 120, so it would be certainly be good to get a high 20 and into the 30s. And it's just come off. What a pisser. That looked like a decent fish. How annoying. Probably the two best looking fish you've had, and they both got off. Right, well, back to the drawing board. We were hoping we were getting a real decent fish to finish. We're going to have to give it another go. Right guys, that is it for the day. Unfortunately, that lost fish for Mark was the last bit of action. So we are packing up. It's a few minutes to 3. We're going to call it a day and head off. So hope you enjoyed. Got our first fish of 2025 on the bank from what is a very nice lake. Definitely be coming back here again. See if we can get something bigger out of here next time. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you again.